So we're on our merry way to Yulara, which is the town nearest Uluru or Ayers Rock. Probably took too long to get going, so we're stuck behind this guy. Problem is I haven't got the power to get up. Woo, we're through. It's gonna be a long day. So we're on our merry way to Yulara, which is the town nearest Uluru or Ayers Rock, for those people as old as I am. We're finally on the way, but we probably took too long to get going. Man, it's a lot of organising for a big trip. So we're on our way to Mount Magnet, and that's going to be our first stop off for a little break. And then we're going to try and go all the way to Laverton today, just to make up for lost time. So the situation is, we have the rear tank is full. That's 100 litres. The diesel tank is full. That's 200 litres. And 2 veg oil tanks are both full. So we are now good to go. We pretty much have the equivalent of, let me work this out, 700 litres of fuel, 200 of which is diesel, the rest is veg oil. Obviously, the rest of the journey is probably going to end up being diesel, so it's going to cost quite a lot, unless someone has got some veg oil along the way, which I doubt. But anyway, this is us. This is the road. There's the boys in the back, trying to chill. It's going to be a long day. Where are we now, Matty? We're in Yalgu. We are, aren't we, Marly? It's in Yalgu. So we've just left Sandstone, stayed the night there, got there about 6:30, so it's a bit late. Had to ring the bell and all that to try and get hold of the guy. There was a number as well, but I couldn't ring it because I've got Optus and there's absolutely no reception out here at all. So that's a mental note, I've got to do that when I get back home. So the boys are here, semi-chillaxing. Marly never likes the journey. And yeah, here we go. Onwards and upwards. Next stop is Leinster, and then we're on to Leonora, and then after that, I'm not sure. I need to get on the dirt by then, because yeah, we're a day late, so we need to catch up somehow. We've got a booking at Yulara for Friday night. It's going to be a mission getting there on time for sure. So we just finished, we just left Leinster. I turned off, it's about 4 k's off the main highway. Just give the boys a bit of a break. So we managed to stop in the centre, went to the Oval and had a little wander around there, stretch your legs, toilet, that sort of stuff. And yeah, back on the road, and now we're heading towards Leonora. Is another 135 odd k's away. Hopefully we'll get there by about 3 o'clock. Go to the information centre, pick up some information. I am gonna fill up one of the Veggie tanks with diesel, because unfortunately the distribution pump that I fitted beautifully underneath, typical stuff from eBay or whatever. The switch on the pump actually melted, couldn't cope for whatever reason. So I only transferred probably 50 litres if lucky to the other tank, to my main veggie tank. So now it means I've got the feeder tank has still got 3/4 in it, and the main veggie tank's got 1/4 in it. I'm hoping that 1/4 of a tank will get me to Leonora. Ideally I would have liked to have burnt all the veggie before I put diesel in. So if that lasts us to Leonora, that'd be awesome. It should do, which means then I'll fill up the one veggie tank, the main veggie tank, with diesel. I'll be about 220 litres, and I've still got my 200 litres of diesel of the normal tank, plus the 100 litres at the back and 3/4 of veggie. So we're plenty of fuel to get to Yulara, and some just in case for emergencies and all that. So that's where we're at this stage, and we're continuing on. We're stuck behind this guy. Problem is I haven't got the power to get past 60 meters safely, unless I go a long stretch like this one coming up there. Might try and get past you now, mate. There. Woo, we're through. So, we're leaving Leonora, and we're heading for Laverton over there. Just had a quick stop. It's quite hot here. I don't even know the temperature. But we've got to keep moving. We need to get to Laverton today, whatever happens. Even try and get on the dirt road, but it's already 3:15. I think Laverton's another 130 or 40 k's. I don't know, one or the other. Anyway, boys have had a bit of a refresh, but they weren't keen. They've had enough today. It's been hot. I haven't put the aircon on because it's draining the battery too quickly. Unfortunately, the gadget that I bought that would rely on it working from the 48-volt battery system was faulty just before I left, so I've had no choice but to wire it directly to the battery, which is not a great idea. We got here too late, so this is Laverton, and nothing's open. Even the information centre sort of closed on us. We literally got here for 4:30, didn't realise it was open, went around the corner to park, and that was that. They closed. So we couldn't get the little brochure or the little map that comes sometimes with it. No, which way do we want to go? We want to go left. So, note to oneself, these outback towns get here early or everything is bloody shut. As nice as it looks, it's like a ghost town now. It's just nothing open. Anyway, caravan place is fully booked. It didn't look very nice anyway. It's like full of mainly dongers. So that was what we were relying on to have a break. So anyway, cut a long story short, we're gonna hit the Great Central now, even though it's like gone 5 o'clock. And I'm hoping that we'll stop at Giles Breakaway, which is apparently quite a nice spot to stop. And that'll be it for today. And yeah, here we go. There's the sign, Great Central Highway. Warburton 568. That's a bloody long way. That's a day's drive in itself. Anyway, here we go. Great Central Road. Here we come. Let's do it.
boys. Community. Wait here. Wait, Smiley, come here. Smiley, come here. Cut my teeth. Come here. Look. Wait. Wait, Smiley.
As you can see, we got ourselves into a little bit of a pickle here. It's my fault. I should have mushed them up together like that. So now we're struggling to actually get in the box without anyone falling off the platform, which is not ideal. So I'm trying to get Marly in here and lift him bodily because he's a bit lighter, and then the same for Monty. But there we go.
Wait, come here. Come here, this side. Come here. Come this side. This side, Matty.
Well, that was a bit ungracious with the boys. They don't normally go up together like that. But anyway, how good is this setup? Here's the boys. Monty's already found his little spot on the cushion. Marly's out here. Look at you. Hello, Sebo. Look at this, guys. This is Giles' Breakaway. Is it beautiful? There's a few people here. There's one there, a couple of people down there. I didn't realise you could have fires. They've got a fire going down there somewhere. Over there. Anyway. Look at this. As usual, I always get to these places just a bit too late. Just saw the sun setting. Look at this. There's a bit of a drop here, so we don't want to be falling down there. Oh my god, look at it. As far as the eye can see. It's a long way down there. There's us. Right, I'm going to crack a beer. Feed those boys. Feed them some dinner. And yeah, it's so quiet and peaceful. Right. Look at that light on my skin. I can't even see because I haven't got my glasses on, but I can tell by the colours. It looks amazing. Wow. So peaceful. Hello, Sippy. What are you doing, Dundee? Are you just getting up? Look at this beautiful day. I know. Look at that. It's beautiful, isn't it? It is. It's beautiful, Zero. What do you say? What? What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? What do you say, Hamster? What do you say, Hamster? You be careful, no jumping yet, Sebo. No jumping yet, Sebby. Because it's too early for that, isn't it? See? See? That's my little Sebby. He's a good boy. So we're off for our morning walk. Now I've got the buzzy beans on my boys. Cannot be too careful out bush. They can have a sniff. If they get too close, I pull them off. That way, no risk of 1080 baiting. They don't particularly love it, but they're getting used to it. And yeah, better safe than sorry is my motto with this stuff. So around town, we're pretty good. We don't need them. But once we're out bush, I'm not taking any risks. That's a good boy. Anyway, we'll carry on. Get them to wee and poo and all the rest of it. So we've got another 500 k's to go today. Trying to get to Warburton. They're not going to like it because it's obviously not all sealed, but it's the way it is. Nice view of the truck if you can see it. It's a lovely, lovely place. We'll walk this way, should we? You're not having a good time, is you, Marly? Oh, it's a bit gravelly. Isn't that a nice spot, Matty? Yeah, gorgeous place. Absolutely stunning. Try the tree. Turn it off now because there's people just there. Oh, I didn't realise the dirt happened so quick, so I didn't air the tyres down. See how we go, but I think we're gonna have to drop them down. Yeah. So we'll see how we go. And yeah, let's try that. Wow, some deep sand here. Seems to be taking it in a stride. Doing about 70 k's an hour. Which I'd like to go a bit faster, but this old girl doesn't like the uphills, and we're going uphill at the moment. So we got what we got. Foot to the boards. We're pretty heavy. And yeah, so far so good. The boys are doing alright, I think. Highly stressing as normal, but hopefully it'll be alright. Got a little bit of bitumen and hopefully the road pass. Have a little rest here, get a bite to eat maybe. Good stretch the dog's legs. Tree there. Pretty new wreck there. Don't know whose that is. But maybe gutted. It's been a bit pilfered. Like this old wreck here. Been here a while. Good old Holden. Anyway, we're just gonna find somewhere to have lunch. Here somewhere. Give the dogs a break. So we're in this corrugation for a while. And it's bone-shakingly bad news. Ooh. Park up by these trees here. Might actually let the tyre pressures down a little bit. Although, I think there's a tarmac section coming up soon, so it'd be a bit pointless. So 20 minutes here and then we'll move on. Alright, baby boys, that's enough for one day. So just left Warburton, left Warburton. Quite a bit of excitement there, and I know on Wikicamps there were some comments about not particularly staying there. Anyway, it's a very secure yard, high fences, barbed wire, that sort of stuff, lock gates, with a padlock, with a code. But the problem is, we had a break-in, and some guy, I was luckily and not so luckily, Monty wasn't feeling very well and had diarrhea. Anyway, it turns out he just had chronic diarrhea. I don't know what it is that was wrong with him. Marly was fine. Anyhow, I was up in the most of the night till about 1 o'clock, taking him out, bringing him back in, taking him out, bringing him back in, until eventually it cleared and he went to sleep. Just as I was falling asleep about 1:30, 2 o'clock, I could hear what sounded like something walking on the roof of the box, or just some tapping, like the tree branches tapping the box, which I sort of ignored as I was dozing off. But then I thought, it's getting a bit louder, and then all of a sudden there was a bit of a bang. So I leapt out, no clothes on, out the door, only to find someone running around the truck with a hoodie, something tucked under his arm, and ran off around the corner of the truck. I ran down after him. Of course I was barefoot, naked pretty much, and he just disappeared into thin air. So I was like, okay, now this works. There's usually two of you. I'm not running too far. I'm going back to the truck just to make sure no one's trying to get in through the door. Neither of my dogs even barked or growled or anything, so I'm not sure. They're either too bloody tired, or they're so used to me messing about in the lockers outside while they're inside. They probably just thought it was me. Anyway, cut the story short. I had a good look around, couldn't particularly find anything that he'd taken, but I've got so much stuff stored and I'm still not familiar where I've put stuff as such. So I thought, oh, maybe I caught him just in the act. He obviously had trouble trying to get into the cab because it was locked, but all my doors of my canopy doors or whatever, the box doors underneath, were open. I thought, well, we're in a secure yard, there's not going to be any issues, fences are too high to climb, barbed wire, that sort of stuff. Anyway, so I locked it all up, had another look around just in case he's going to reappear. Didn't think anything of it, and off I twiddled to bed. Next thing I hear voices again. Now it's about 2:30ish in the morning. Look out the window thinking, oh, here he goes, come back again. And I see two guys who were camped alongside me just on the other campsite. They had a little car, believe it or not, and a tent, and they were wandering around looking perplexed. And so I thought, oh, I'm going to go out and see if maybe they got broken into. There's only me, them, and another couple in a caravan and a ute, so there's only three of us. The rest of it is all dongers for mine work, so they're all, you know, it's they come and go through that gate. Well, anyway, 2:30 in the morning, maybe 2:45, I go and talk to these people, and they had their passenger windows smashed. It's in a million pieces. And they found the door open when they got up, and their bag on the floor, which had their wallet. The one guy was foreign, so he had his passport, wallet and money, $500. And believe it or not, they didn't touch it. They just left it strewn on the floor. And then what we've sort of ascertained, they were after grog, because they're not allowed booze up here. And they know the camp travellers will carry their booze with them, so they can have a stubby at the end of the long journey. Anyway, long story short, they had an empty wine cask in the car that they were using as a box. So they pulled the insert out, it's just a box, but it was definitely a wine cask box. That was what we think they were after. Couldn't quite get hold of it because someone must have scared them, probably me, I don't know. But yeah, and that's it. The couple with the caravan, they haven't reported anything. And that was the end of that. So off I chilled to bed. Anyway, this morning I got up, they were already all up ready to go because they had to fix their shattered glass. And they had fixed their shattered glass, and they'd gone to see the caretaker and sort of reported it. Apparently the police were coming, but I didn't see them. And they managed to find a box and an umbrella. And I was like, well, the umbrella's not mine, but the box was Monty and Marly's shoes. Sometimes I put them on them if they have an injury, and I brought them with me just in case. And yeah, long story short, that's what he stole, and we figured out because it was the same size as a wine cask box, and that's what it was all about. Anyway, pretty sleepless night. We're back on the rough stuff again. And yeah, let's try and make this exciting, get to Uluru or Yulara. The only thing is now, which is unfortunate, temperatures have suddenly peaked. It's going to be 37 today. This aircon isn't doing that well because it's been temporarily wired to one battery. It only lasts 10-15 minutes and then dies. And then the truck can't start, believe it or not. So I have to turn it off well before I stop. Anyhow, yeah, we've got 550 odd Ks to go. I'll catch you later. So we're at Warakuna Roadhouse. We're just going to have a little stop here, give the dogs a little stretch of the legs, a drink, but we're not fueling up or buying it. So it's on. Just like that, it's entered the NT. Couldn't even notice until I went past the sign. And we're straight on the beach, which is nice, to that really rough road. Not sure if you can hear me because it's pretty windy. So we've got 240 k's to go, which is another 3 hours for us, which means we won't get to the campsite for about 5. But I think it's a reasonable hour. They'll be open. We'll see how. So this last bit was really hard going. It felt like it was taking an eternity. Really could have done with an extra day and stayed the night at Docker River. That would have made this last bit a lot more bearable. I guess it's a mixture because it was all tar or sealed road, and it got a little bit boring. And I was just looking forward to seeing the rock, which eventually started coming up in the distance, and that made it feel a little bit more worthwhile. Other than that, yeah, could have done with an extra night. Here's the truck. This is where we're camped at Yulara. It's actually a really nice campsite, I think. Not too pricey, but reasonable.